So get this. 400 years ago, William Shakespeare writes this series of poems with a message so urgent he basically builds it like a legal case. And what was he trying to convince a beautiful young man to do? Just one simple thing: have a kid. Seriously, so let's dive into what is just a masterclass in persuasion. I mean, it's a question we've all probably thought about, right? How can beauty last forever? You see something beautiful, maybe in yourself, maybe in the world, and you just know it's not going to last. So, how do you make something that's temporary permanent? Well, Shakespeare had an answer, and it wasn't some gentle suggestion, oh no. In his first 17 sonnets, he pretty much demands it. He builds this incredible case, piece by piece, to argue that passing on your beauty isn't just a choice, it's a profound duty. And he uses three totally different tactics to get his point across. Okay, so first up, he goes right for the heart. He makes this really emotional appeal, and it's all about family, legacy, and, believe it or not, the simple act of looking in a mirror. He kicks off Sonnet 3 with a direct order. He says, "Look in my glass." Basically, look at yourself. That face you see, he's saying now is the time for that face to make another one. It's such a powerful and personal way to start, right? He's forcing this young guy to look at his own reflection and think about his own mortality. And then Shakespeare does something brilliant. He completely flips the mirror. He tells the young man, "Thou art thy mother's glass." Whoa! So suddenly, you're the mirror for your mom. She looks at you and sees her own youth, her own beauty reflected back. In you, she sees the lovely April of her prime all over again. What a line. So you see what he's doing? The argument here is all about responsibility. Shakespeare is saying, hey, your beauty isn't just yours. It's a gift you inherited, a living memory of your parents. And if you don't pass it on, you're breaking the chain. You're betraying that legacy. That's some serious emotional weight to put on someone's shoulders. All right, but what if the whole emotional plea doesn't land? Shakespeare's got a backup plan. He immediately switches gears, pivoting from family duty to, well, cold hard economics. So in Sonnet 4, the whole idea of beauty gets a complete makeover. It's not a family heirloom anymore. Now it's capital. Shakespeare argues that your beauty is basically a loan, given to you by Mother Nature, and you know what? She expects a return on her investment. As he puts it, nature lends to those are free, meaning she gives it away generously, but she fully expects that loan to be paid back. And he opens with this absolutely biting question, calling the young man unthrifty loveliness. I mean, what a fantastic insult, right? He's basically saying, you beautiful fool, why are you wasting this incredible inheritance just on yourself? It's a straight-up accusation of being selfish and wasteful. Oh, and the insults don't stop there. He then calls him a profitless usurer, which is just a fancy way of saying someone who hoards their money instead of investing it. By keeping his beauty all to himself, he's just letting it die, without creating any value, any interest for the future. And that interest, of course, is a child. So what Shakespeare does here is lay out a really clear choice, two different paths. On one side, you've got the unthrifty guy, all alone. He's that profitless hoarder whose beauty is just wasted. When nature comes to do her final audit, his balance is zero. But on the other side, you can be the investor, a bounteous, generous giver who passes on that beauty, creating a legacy that leaves a positive sum behind. It's a pretty compelling financial pitch. So he's tried emotion, he's tried economics. What's left? For his final argument, Shakespeare just raises the stakes to a cosmic level. This isn't about family or finance anymore. Nope, this is a full-on battle against the greatest enemy of all, time itself. And in Sonnet 5, you can feel the tone get darker. Time is now this relentless, cruel tyrant. Summer's beauty is just a fleeting moment, and winter is its executioner. Time's injurious hand, as he calls it, is going to crush and wear down everything that's beautiful. It's presented as this inevitable, unstoppable force. This line, wow, it just perfectly captures that terrifying, constant march of time. There's no stopping it, no rest. Summer is just led straight to its doom in a hideous winter. Shakespeare is painting this really bleak picture where everything beautiful is eventually confounded or, just completely destroyed. So that's the ultimate problem, isn't it? If everything is guaranteed to decay and die, is there any hope? Shakespeare says yes. But the trick isn't stopping time. It's about extracting the essence of beauty before it's gone. And his solution is this gorgeous metaphor: Distillation. Okay, let's break this down because it's brilliant. Think of a flower. In the summer, it's vibrant and beautiful. Then winter comes and, well, crushes it. But what if, before winter, you distill that flower? You capture its very essence, its perfume. That sweet substance, he writes, can be kept like a liquid prisoner pent in walls of glass. So the flower itself dies, but its beauty, its essence, lives on. And that liquid prisoner, that distilled substance, yep, you guessed it, it's a child.
So, there we have it, a powerful, escalating argument that's just designed to leave this young man with absolutely no way to argue back. Shakespeare has literally covered every single angle.
I mean, he attacks the problem from 3 different sides, right? First, the emotional plea, do it for your family, for your mother. Then the logical, financial argument, you actually owe a debt to nature. And finally, the appeal to straight-up fear. This is your only defense against being completely wiped out by time. It's an absolute masterclass in persuasion. And if, after all of that, the young man still says no, Shakespeare leaves him with this final, chilling verdict. It's the ultimate consequence, stripped of all the fancy poetry. Die single, and thine image dies with thee. If you choose to be alone, everything you are, your beauty, your memory, your very image, it all just vanishes right along with you. It's amazing, right? 4 centuries later, and Shakespeare's urgent plea still hits home. He's forcing us to think about not just our own lives, but the whole idea of continuity, of life itself. He asks his friend, and really, by extension, all of us, to think about what truly lasts. So the question he asked 400 years ago is still hanging in the air. What is the image you will leave behind?